What is going on, guys? My name is Basultine and you are watching my top 5 managers to replace Arsene Wenger. 5. Leonardo Jardim of Monaco. The Venezuelan-born Portuguese manager could be the perfect replacement for Wenger, obviously when the Frenchman actually decides to leave. Jardim boasts a good win rate of 55% since his arrival in 2014. Add that to the fact that he inherited a Monaco side without key players such as James Rodriguez, Radamel Falcao, Ayman Abdenal and Anthony Martial. Only then do you realise the job the Portuguese had actually done. Jardim has been praised by many on his ability to sign and enhance young players such as Kylian Mbappe, Napolis Mendy, Thomas Lemar, Simeone Bakayoko and Bernardo Silva, just to name a few. Not only has Jardim given a chance for youngsters, but he has also been key in the rejuvenation of Radamel Falcao. El Tigre is Monaco's top scorer with 25 goals so far this season, and if it wasn't for Jardim's faith in the 31-year-old, we would all have still remembered him for his 2 flops at both Manchester United and Chelsea. If Leonardo Jardim was to arrive at the Emirates, Arsenal fans can expect a free-flowing and inventive style of attacking football. But also, the Portuguese coach will bring a better work ethic and flexibility in order for our team to set up differently depending on the opponent. Jardim could also give young starlets such as Alex Iwobi and Jeffrey Nadley a chance in the first team for them to flourish. Add that to the fact he can also be key in the development of players such as Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, Hector Bellerin and Granit Xhaka. Leonardo Jardim is certainly a very good option if Arsene Wenger in fact decides to leave. 4. Julian Nagelsmann of Hoffenheim. Only at the age of 29, Julian Nagelsmann has been nothing less than revolutionary in the Bundesliga since his arrival at Hoffenheim in early 2016. Voted 2016 German Coach of the Year, Nagelsmann has drastically changed the fortunes of Hoffenheim, moving them from relegation certainties to now in this season challenging for the Champions League spots. Nicknamed the Baby Mourinho, Nagelsmann has rightly received plaudits for his man management skills, having forged a bond of togetherness at Hoffenheim since his arrival. Also quoted in saying, only 30% coaching is tactics, 70% social competence. The young coaching prodigy is also a very astute tactician, having used the 5-1-2-2 formation during his time at Hoffenheim. Nagelsmann's system uses 3 centre-backs, 2 defensive wing-backs, a holding midfielder, 2 central midfielders and 2 strikers. But what is noticeable is exactly how flexible this formation actually is. Nagelsmann's system uses the great energy provided by the 2 central midfielders, Karim Darabay and Nadim Amiri, as they both drift very wide and are covered by the solid back 6 of Hoffenheim. Nagelsmann then uses the very good distribution of Sebastian Rudy to launch attacks from deep midfield. Also defensively, Nagelsmann makes his teams press very hard while also keeping the shape of the team. Nagelsmann's use of Ken Volt is very impressive. Signed as a centre midfielder, Nagelsmann has converted him into a centre back that can begin attacks from deep, but also move into midfield to prevent counter-attacks and midfield overloads. The best way to put it is that Nagelsmann has been revolutionary since his arrival, and his newfound tactics could be exactly what Arsenal need going forwards. Young, enigmatic, tackling astute and also a very good man manager, Nagelsmann could be the man to take over the reins from Arsene Wenger. 3. Thomas Tuchel of Borussia Dortmund. The man key to the reinvention of Dortmund after the departure of the young club, Thomas Tuchel is many people's favourite to replace Arsene Wenger. Tuchel certainly has the pedigree needed to succeed at Arsenal, with a very impressive win rate of 63% so far at Dortmund. The German's philosophy is based around fluid passing while also keeping the high gegenpress deployed by Jurgen Klopp. Overall, Tuchel has converted Dortmund's heavy metal style of football to a more slower, yet still effective approach, where Tuchel uses the metronome that is Julian Weigl as the fulcrum of his team. Weigl is key as Dortmund now play more possession-based football, where Weigl is used at the hub of the midfield to begin attacks and break up play when needed. The rest is down to Dortmund's attacking players, with the blistering pace of Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, the skillful touch and the dribbling of one-legged Ousmane Dembele, and the decisive and intelligent passes made by Christian Pulisic make Dortmund one of the best attacking teams in the world. Not only has Tuchel been praised for his tactics, but also on his ability to sign some of the best young starlets around the world and also give them a platform to perform in the first team. Dembele and Pulisic both look set to be world beaters. Add that to the other plethora of young talent Dortmund have, including the likes of Julian Weigl, Emre Moore and Alexander Isak. Thomas Tuchel could very much be Arsene Wenger's perfect replacement. 2. Diego Simeone of Atletico Madrid. After years and years of speculation, this could be the year that Diego Simeone finally leaves Atletico, with Arsenal just one of the few touted destinations. It doesn't take a genius to understand why he's such a wanted man. Simeone has taken Atletico to the next level since taking over the reins in 2011. El Chulo arrived to an Atletico team that was struggling in the league and Europa League. But what Simeone did is what he does best. He built from the back. He transformed a team all over the place to one that would simply not concede, making Godin and Miranda his central pairing, moving Juan Fran back to defence and using the energy and nous of Felipe Luis. El Diego had made a wall at the back. His team was built around the principle of hard work, pressing, remaining solid at the back, and then using the counter-attack to devastating effect. Spearheaded by Radamel Falcao, the experienced Gabi in midfield, and the creative spark provided by Turkish Arda Turan, Simeone's first season ended with glory in the Europa League. Since then, Atletico's crop of players has chopped and changed, but his team still remained very successful. Having overcome the Spanish forces of Barcelona and Real Madrid to win La Liga in 2014, he has also guided Atletico to 2 Champions League finals in the past 3 years. Diego Simeone's teams may not be pretty and easy in the eye, but what they are is certainly successful. Simeone has also been key in the development of young players such as Saúl Ñíguez, Jan Oblak, Jose Jimenez, and of course Antoine Griezmann. Brought in as a winger from Real Sociedad, the Frenchman has been converted into a centre forward and he has been deadly, bagging in 81 goals in 151 appearances so far for Atleti. It is Diego's ability to convert youngsters into world-class players and a system which has got him success in both Europe and domestically. El Diego could provide Arsenal the change we have needed for years. 1. Massimiliano Allegri of Juventus. The Italian only has 1 year left on his contract, and as the season comes to a close, the constant speculation linking him to a move to Arsenal begins to gather more pace. And if you look into what this 3-time Serie A coach of the year could offer, it makes perfect sense why. Allegri has the pedigree to match the best managers around the world, with a very impressive win rate of 70% so far in charge of the old lady. The Juventus faithful will be desperate to hold on to him as he looks to win Juve its Champions League, having beaten Barcelona to get into the semi-final this season. The Italian has 2 league titles and 2 Coppa Italias to his name, and he was also the runner-up in the 2015 Champions League. The Italian is simply a mastermind. The old lady's success does not come as a surprise once you look at the astute tactician that Allegri is. Allegri arrived at Juve taking over the reins from highly successful and popular Antonio Conte, and instead of following the simple steps of Conte, he reshaped Juventus into his own team. Allegri converted Juve's famous back 3 into a more conventional back 4 and chose to make Juve slightly less aggressive and rigorous in their pressing, instead choosing to focus on a more patient and possession-based game. Don't worry Arsenal fans, he's not just another Arsene Wenger. His teams focus on position in order to gain a territorial advantage and also preserve energy. Although saying this, Juve are still very effective in winning the ball back in midfield and launching counterattacks, an aspect which can be key in tight big games. Allegri has also been praised on his team's flexibility, with his teams being more than capable of playing a back 3 in games that need to attack, or also a back 5 in games they may need to hold on for a result. Overall, Allegri is a very astute tactician. Apart from this, Allegri would offer Arsenal a manager that is not scared to drop players that are not showing the right attitude, as shown by when he dropped star defender Leonardo Bonucci after the player had developed a foul attitude. Allegri demands respect and he has earned it with his success and ruthless man management, something we lack at Arsenal. Allegri is also very clever in the transfer market, having replaced players of high magnitude such as Carlos Tevez, Arturo Vidal, Andre Pirlo, and of course world record signing Paul Pogba. It is his ability to find gems in the market for reasonable prices, something that Arsene Wenger himself once had, which may make him the perfect replacement for Wenger himself. Allegri has brought on the likes of Pjanic, Alexandro, Sami Khedira, Daniele Rugani, and of course will be a Paulo Dybala for less than Paul Pogba's actual transfer fee. The Italian is also not afraid to spend, having brought in Gonzalo Higuain from rivals Napoli for estimated £75 million. To round it all up, it is his ability to bring success, his clever tactics and intelligent man management which makes me hope to God that Arsenal will acquire his services when Wenger actually leaves. So guys, that is it. These are my top 5 managers to replace Arsene Wenger. Who do you want in Arsenal, and did I miss anyone out? Make sure to comment down below your opinion on who you want to replace Arsene Wenger at Arsenal. Also be sure to smash the like button as it really means a lot to me. Finally, make sure that you subscribe to my channel for more content like this. With that being said, my name is Russell T and you've been watching my top 5 managers to replace Arsene Wenger. And yeah, keep safe, keep smiling, and peace.